The 4-H Shooting Sports is a national program with over 300,000 young people taking part. Here in Mississippi, 4-H Shooting Sports involves thousands of kids and continues to grow annually. An established core of over 700 adult volunteer instructors and 4-H agents provide training and leadership for our program throughout the state. 4-H Shooting Sports offers youth many different disciplines, from .22 rifle to muzzleloader. Today, we will focus on the shooting sports discipline of hunting. As we explore the hunting discipline, it is important to remember that the purpose of any 4-H program is youth development and teaching life skills to young people. The hunting discipline, along with all the 4-H shooting sports disciplines, is valuable for helping young people develop self-confidence, personal discipline, responsibility, teamwork, self-esteem, and sportsmanship. Why is it important for youth to learn about hunting? Hunting in Mississippi is big business. About 80% of Mississippi's 181,000 hunters choose the white-tailed deer over all other species. In 2006, the economic impacts of white-tailed deer hunting indicated total sales impact of $978 million, supporting some 33,000 jobs. And let's not forget the bigger issue in teaching youth about hunting: safety. Firearms, getting lost, falling injuries, fire, knives, wild animals, hypothermia, blisters, fatigue. Wow! Are we sure we want to expose young 4-Hers to all the dangers involved in hunting? Absolutely. The safety concerns related to hunting are best addressed through education. Understanding how to be a safe hunter and developing the awareness, knowledge, and skills to be a safe hunter are some of the greatest benefits of the 4-H hunting curriculum. Understanding the prehistoric history of hunting and its history in North America provides insight into the development of hunting as we know it today. Early humans hunted because their survival depended upon success as a hunter. Animal skins were used for both clothing and shelter. Bones, antlers, and teeth were used as tools. Meat was used as a source of food. In some situations, hunting skills were used by early man for protection from predators. Early hunters gathered easily captured food items like insects, small reptiles, and nesting birds. Simple tools like twigs, small sticks, or even thorns or pieces of cordage were used to capture prey or force prey from hiding places. Early hunters used readily available tools like sticks and stones. Even the terrain was used as a means of capturing or killing prey. Cliffs, water, or natural corrals were used to gain advantage over animals that could be harvested with relatively primitive tools. Using fire-hardened poles to make jabbing or throwing spears likely developed fairly quickly, as did the use of flaked stone to make spear points and blades for stone axes. All of these tools required the hunter to be very close to the prey animal. Learning to throw spears and stones accurately was vital to taking larger and more dangerous game animals. As early hunters gained more skill and knowledge, their tools evolved. Stone axes and spears gave some advantage to early hunters, but propelling devices for higher velocity and greater range were necessary. Soon, early hunters had devised a spear-throwing stick or a javelin. This invention gave way to the sling and eventually the blowgun. The ultimate long-range, high-velocity hunting arm for early humans, still in use today, was the bow. Continued evolution of hunting tools resulted in the development of the crossbow, followed rather quickly by the matchlock, wheel-lock, and flintlock firearms. Flintlocks remained the dominant type of hunting tool for a couple of centuries before being replaced by the caplock, which led rather quickly to the development of modern firearms. There are many different types of hunting that appeal to a broad range of people. Some of the more popular types of hunting include primitive hunting, steel hunting, hunting with dogs, and even hunting with a camera. While modern-day firearms are certainly the most popular tool used in hunting, many hunters enjoy the challenge that more primitive arms offer. Both bow hunting and muzzle loading are considered primitive hunting and are among the more popular types of primitive hunting. Let's focus for a minute on bow hunting. Many bow hunters enjoy the challenge of getting within bow range of an animal and, depending on their skills, making an accurate shot with equipment that takes more skill to master than modern firearms. Bow hunters also enjoy the added benefit of hunting seasons that are open only to archery hunters. These are seasons that take place at times when weather, minimal competition from other hunters, and relatively unwary game makes bow hunting a very enjoyable endeavor. Just as important, the equipment made available to the modern bow hunter makes it within reach for almost any dedicated hunter to master the skills to become a successful bow hunter. The majority of bow hunters use compound bows of some design. These bows offer a mechanical advantage that reduces the draw force needed at full draw. That same mechanical advantage helps the archer extract more of the energy used in drawing the bow as acceleration for the arrow. The result is increased arrow speed and flatter trajectory. In spite of the mechanical advantage of the compound bow, many bow hunters prefer to use more traditional equipment. They use recurve bows or the traditional straight long bow. Most bow hunters choose these tools for the history and tradition or for aesthetic reasons. They offer greater smoothness in the draw and better release characteristics. They are also lighter weight. Interest in muzzleloading firearms and hunting with muzzleloaders is one of the fastest growing areas of hunting today. Because of that growth, hunters using muzzleloading firearms enjoy special seasons for muzzleloading, the same way bow hunters enjoy their dedicated archery seasons. Since the hunter must be hunter, shooter, and reloader at the same time, the use of any muzzleloading firearm increases the challenge. Hunters consider it the ultimate single-shot experience. Today's muzzleloading hunter most frequently uses either cap-lock or flintlock firearms. Both systems are available in a variety of firearms suitable for many hunting conditions. Cap-locks are easier for beginners to manage. They are more weather resistant and require fewer tools to use. Flintlocks are more sensitive to weather conditions and are significantly impacted by priming errors. When you hear hunters sharing their stories, they often recall tales of hours spent in a tree stand or a blind. Still hunting is certainly a popular type of hunting. Hunting from blinds or stands is effective because it shifts the odds in the hunter's favor. It allows hunters to take advantage of game animals that are not aware of their presence. Moving objects are easier to see than stationary ones are. Hunters remain in a prime location in an excellent position for a shot while the game moves into or through a stand site. Using well-trained dogs can increase the effectiveness and enjoyment of many hunting situations. Dogs help hunters find game, give warnings of game presence, and help hunters cover more territory. Good dogs can also help hunters recover game more effectively. Their ability to help locate game reduces stress on the hunter. Hunting dogs are also a source of enjoyment beyond the hunting season at events such as hunting dog trials. A more non-traditional type of hunting that is growing in popularity is hunting with a camera. Wildlife photography is not the same as other types of hunting, but it shares some common characteristics with those other types of hunting. Many people enjoy photographing wildlife and outdoor activities. It allows them to hunt during closed seasons and provides a chance to seek non-game species throughout the year. Wildlife photography allows the hunter to capture trophies in photos and make lasting reminders of special memories. Like bow hunting, photography is a close-range sport. Often, wildlife must be close to capture a quality photograph. Unlike the rest of hunting, the photographer must worry about framing and composition of the photograph. These elements provide the challenge for the camera hunter. Good wildlife photographs, like a big trophy, are rare jewels. Like traditional hunting, good photographs are the result of either great luck or plenty of planning and work. Whether you are primitive hunting, still hunting, hunting with dogs, or hunting with a camera, you must develop certain skills to be successful. Stalking, camouflage, blood trailing, tracking, and wildlife ID are all necessary skills in successful hunting. One of the most satisfying skills a hunter can master is the ability to stalk game. Sometimes stalking is the final approach to the animal you have spotted. When a game animal goes down in sight of the hunter, recovery is usually quite easy. If the game animal goes out of sight before going down, blood trailing becomes an important skill in recovering the game. Knowing how to identify wildlife species and evidence of wildlife is also important in being a successful hunter. Being able to accurately identify the animal tracks gives hunters clues about whether or not a species is in the area. Practicing the skills of stalking, camouflage, blood trailing, tracking, and wildlife identification is necessary for hunters to improve their skills. There are many fun games that can be played to help hunters practice and develop these skills. Ethics is the field of philosophy concerned with right and wrong and the actions of individuals. Society at large, or defined groups within a society, may develop a code of ethics that defines what is proper, accepted, or expected behavior. Ethics determine what we view as right and wrong, and the way we act. Hunting ethics are codes of hunter behavior and action. Some of these codes of conduct are generally agreed upon, while others may be regional or local norms. For the most part, hunting ethics is personal. What will you do when nobody is watching, in a situation where you must make decisions without a referee? Hunting ethics involves the complex interaction of socially and personally derived attitudes, skills, knowledge, and experience. The best way to develop a solid ethical foundation in young hunters is to use the dilemma method. Dilemma techniques expose participants to different levels of reasoning during the discussion of a realistic dilemma. Dilemmas can be simple or complex depending on the maturity of the audience. Dilemmas are built around a central character, a described set of circumstances, and a set of issues. Participants decide what to do in the given situation and discuss the reasoning behind their decisions. In teaching young people to process dilemma situations, it is important to remember that ethical reasoning takes place on a variety of levels. In order to raise ethical reasoning to higher levels, you should give ample time for discussion to take place and challenge pat or expected answers. Dilemmas are easy to develop. To be effective, dilemma stories must have a central character facing a challenge or problem. The character must make a moral or ethical choice about the dilemma. Let's look at one simple dilemma situation that would be appropriate for young hunters. Mark, Rick, and Steve have gotten permission to hunt on a friend's property. Their friend has told them about a trophy deer that he has seen several times this season and had even gotten a shot at last weekend. The friend thought he hit the trophy but couldn't find a trail and assumed he missed. As Mark, Rick, and Steve are hunting, they come up on a carcass of a deer with a tremendous rack. This must be the trophy buck that their friend was telling them about. It is obvious that the deer has been down for several days. While wild animals have consumed some of the carcass, the rack and mount are in perfect condition. Mark suggests that Rick pose by the deer, holding the antlers in the traditional style as if Rick harvested the trophy, while he takes a photo with their cell phone. Mark then suggests that the mount will look great on their wall. What should Rick and Steve do? In examining this dilemma, there are several options that the leader should discuss. Rick and Steve could call the property owner and tell him about the trophy buck. They could call the local game warden since it is unknown as to who harvested the animal. Consider whether or not this could be a situation of poaching that needs to be reported, and discuss what should be done in a poaching situation. Since the carcass is partially consumed, Rick and Steve could decide to leave the carcass there and do nothing. Working through each of these possibilities will help young hunters better develop their hunting ethics. So how will this new hunting curriculum be turned into a contest, and what will that contest look like? How should you work with 4-H members to prepare them for the contest? As with all shooting sports disciplines, the contest format is stated in the Shooting Sports Event Handbook, which can be found on the Mississippi 4-H Shooting Sports website under Instructor Resources. It is also available from your 4-H agent. But let's take a closer look at that contest format. The contest consists of 4 distinct parts: the written test, wildlife identification, the hunting trail, and a live fire portion, which is described in detail in your shooting sports event handbook. The first part of the contest will consist of a written test. The test has different question formats, including multiple choice, fill in the blank, definition, and short answer. As members progress through the age divisions, the test becomes longer and more difficult. The Junior 1 test will not be as long or in depth as the Senior 2 test. All test questions are drawn from the resources mentioned in the Shooting Sports Event Handbook. Those resources are also available on the MSU Cares website under Shooting Sports Instructor Resources. The second part of the contest will include wildlife identification, in which members will be given pelts and scat. Members will then correctly identify each species by writing their answers on an answer sheet. Acorn Naturalist is a terrific source where instructors can order pelts and scat to aid in training their 4-H members. The third part of the contest will consist of a hunting trail. Members will be escorted to different stations. Each station will be set up with 3D targets. Members will be given information regarding the situation, such as what is in season, what firearm they are shooting, and information about the terrain. Members will then make a decision as to whether the station represents a shoot or don't shoot situation, and if the situation is ethical or not. Members will mark their responses on a card to be turned in. At the conclusion of the trail, members will give oral reasons to a judge about their choices on the trail. This format will be similar to the livestock judging format, in which members make selections and give oral reasons. Let's take a look at what some of these situations on a hunter trail may look like. As you watch the video, analyze the situation carefully and decide whether or not this situation represents a shoot or don't shoot scenario.
You are turkey hunting. It is a fall season. You have a shotgun. This would be a 30-yard shot. You are licensed. You have had your hunter education course, and you are prepared to hunt.
Now that you've been presented with a scenario, it's time to make your decision. Is this a shoot or don't shoot situation? Is it ethical or unethical? Let's listen to the reasons and see if you got this one correct. Remember, 4-H members will be asked to give reasons very similar to the ones presented here at the conclusion of the trail.
This is a don't shoot situation. When I take a look at this, I see the turkey. I've got a clear shot of the turkey, but I also look past the turkey and I see a man in camouflage sitting past the turkey. So I see that I have a clear shot, but what's beyond my target is not safe. So this is a don't shoot situation.
That is correct. It is don't shoot. It's an ethical shot, but because you see the man in camo, you definitely would not shoot.
How did you do? Did you think to look beyond your target to make sure there was not another hunter in the area? Now that we know how we would respond in this scenario, it is time to mark our trail placings card. Because we decided this is a don't shoot situation, we would circle don't shoot on our card. Let's take a look at some more scenarios and reasons. Remember, 4-H members will be presented with scenarios that involve multiple species. Here is one that involves a different species.
Today you are a duck hunter. You have come upon ducks on a pond. You would be about 30 yards from these ducks. You would have a shotgun. This is your station and your situation.
This is a don't shoot situation. It is unethical. It's never ethical to shoot waterfowl unless they're flushed. You don't want to shoot ducks on the water. You want to make sure that you flush the ducks and shoot them in the air.
That is correct.
Did you get this one right? Did you remember that it is considered unethical and unsportsmanlike to shoot ducks on the water? Now that we know how we would respond in this scenario, it is time to mark our trail placings card. Since this is Station 2, we're going to make sure to mark our card at number 2. Because we decided this is a don't shoot situation, we would circle don't shoot on our card. Here is another scenario with one of the more popular game species. Let's take a look.
This is station number 3. Again, you are the hunter. This would be a 40-yard shot with a .243 rifle. You are licensed. Deer are in season. You've had your hunter education course.
When I take a look at this shot, I have a broadside buck. I have plenty of backstop. I have a clear shot. I'm 40 yards with a rifle that can carry that. I've got a great shot of the heart. I take this shot.
You may take your shot.
Did this one seem obvious to you? Since this is Station 3, we're going to make sure to mark our card at number 3. It is important to make sure that you are marking your card in the correct place each time. Because we decided this is a shoot situation, we would circle shoot on our card. By now, you should be getting pretty good at this. Let's see how you do with a rather tricky scenario. Take a look.
This is your station. If you look up here, you're going up a little ridge. You've come up on a deer herd. You are a hunter. You have a .243 rifle. This would be a 40-yard shot. Every bucks and does are in season, and you've had hunter education. This is your station and your situation.
In this situation, I would not shoot. While I have a clear shot of the bucks, they're within range, and I have the rifle to reach my target. I'm unclear of what's beyond them. I don't know if another hunter is going to come down that path, and I can't clearly see beyond my target, so I would not take this shot. Likewise, I have a doe that's running away from me. I have the rear side of a doe, and you never want to shoot the rear end of an animal. That's an unethical shot. This situation is don't shoot.
That's correct.
This one presented a little more of a challenge, didn't it? You really wanted to take the shot at that buck, didn't you? There will be scenarios on the trail that will test your ethics and stretch you to consider what might happen if you missed your shot. Because we decided this is a don't shoot situation, we would circle don't shoot on our card. Here's one last scenario for you to try your hand at. Let's see how you do.
This is our last station for the day. This is station number 5. You are a hunter. You have a 7 mag. You are licensed. It is deer season. You've of course had your hunter education course. And this is your station, and this is your situation.
How many yards am I?
Oh, you are at 40 yards.
In this situation, I see a clear, open shot at a broadside buck. I have the rifle to reach my distance. I can tell that there is nothing unsafe beyond my target. I have a great backstop. This is the kind of shot that every deer hunter dreams about. Bang! I take this shot.
Correct.
Boy, wasn't that a dream shot. How many of us would love to see a shot like that? Because we decided this is a shoot situation, we would circle shoot on our card. Make sure you're on the correct place on your card when you circle your answer.
These have been examples of what you would find on a hunter's trail in the hunting discipline. You would have to give reasons later. You heard some of the reasons expressed today. You would be, the 4-H member would be given a scorecard on which to mark shoot, don't shoot, and on the back of it, as they move from station to station, they would write their reasons, and at another time they would give those reasons. And we hope that you have enjoyed looking at a hunter trail today.
Thank you.
There are several resources that will help you train 4-H'ers in the hunting discipline and prepare them for the district competition. The Mississippi Hunter Education Manual, which can be obtained by calling your local game warden. The NRA Hunter's Guide, which can be obtained on the NRA website. And the 4-H Shooting Sports Members Manual, which can be obtained by contacting the state 4-H office or your 4-H agent. All study materials and resources can also be found on the MSU Cares website under Shooting Sports Instructor Resources. Hopefully this video has given you an overview of the new 4-H hunting curriculum, and you have a better understanding of not only the curriculum, but how to prepare your 4-H members for the contest as well, from the written test to the 3D hunting trail. Happy hunting!